Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Hi, Assalamualaikum. Finally, we're going to discuss the last topic in this chapter 9.4, role of hormone during pregnancy and parturition. Okay, first of all, we're going to discuss about the role during pregnancy. So in pregnancy, we have three important hormones: human chronic gonadotropin, estradiol, also known as estrogen, and progesterone. Okay, so this hormone, they are in different level and different secretion site for trimester 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we focus on first trimester first about the three hormone. Okay, for Hcg hormone, human chronic gonadotropin, for the first trimester, it is secreted by trophoblast or chorion. Okay, the trophoblast is a structure of the blastocyst. Remember, when the fertilization occurs to form zygote, then zygote undergo cleavage to form morula. Morula undergo cleavage to form blastocyst. Okay, so the blastocyst is present is about 5 to 7 days after fertilization. Okay, so after that, the trophoblast will secrete the Hcg hormone and the level will increase day by day. So waktu inilah yang akan kalau ada miss period, okay, period datang lambat ataupun lebih daripada sepatutnya, kalau katakan cycle sepatutnya 28 hari, hari ke-29 tak period lagi, hari ke-30 tak period lagi, hari ke-33 tak period lagi. So after a week, seminggu selepas miss period tu, sepatutnya bila dah check pregnancy test, sekiranya memang pregnancy, akan nampaklah double line. Sebab UPT, iaitu kita panggil sebagai urine pregnancy test, dia akan detect kehadiran hormon Hcg. Hanya yang pregnant sahaja yang akan menghasilkan Hcg kerana ia disekret oleh trophoblast. Trophoblast is the embryo yang hanya ada dalam badan wanita yang pregnant. Jadi, kalau tak pregnant, tak akan muncul double line itu. Okay? And then this Hcg hormone, the function is to sustain corpus luteum to secrete estrogen and progesterone. Because we know when there is no implantation, there is no fertilization, the corpus luteum will disintegrate. Okay, and then the endometrium wall ruptured because there is no estrogen and progesterone to maintain the thickness of endometrium wall. But then, if the woman pregnant, so this Hcg hormone will sustain the corpus luteum to continue secreting estrogen and progesterone to maintain the thickness of endometrium wall. Okay, so at the first trimester of storm, the hormone estradiol is secreted by corpus luteum. Okay, the estradiol is secreted by corpus luteum and the level is at high level. The function of estradiol is for development of uterus, fetus, and mammary gland. Okay, other than maintain the thickness of endometrium wall, it also important in development of uterus, fetus, and mammary gland. Okay, and for progesterone, for the first trimester, the progesterone also secreted by the corpus luteum and the level is high. So the function is to stimulate growth of placenta and maintain endometrium wall and also stimulate breast enlargement. Okay, this is preparation before lactation. Okay, during second trimester, what happened is, during second trimester, the placenta is fully developed. So, placenta is fully developed. So, when placenta is fully developed, meaning that the trophoblast okay, forming a chorion, then the chorion itself will develop into the placenta. So there is no more trophoblast and chorion, okay, because they will develop into placenta. By this time, the Hcg hormone is low. The level is low. Why? Because there is no corpus luteum in our ovary. Because the corpus luteum will disintegrate once the placenta is fully developed. Okay. So the estradiol and progesterone will not secreted by the corpus luteum anymore in second trimester. In second trimester, estradiol, progesterone will secrete by the placenta and the level is high. For estradiol, they will stimulate development of milk ducts and also maintain the thickness of uterus wall. Okay, and for the progesterone, it will stimulate development of mammary gland, inhibit contraction of uterine muscle. So that's why selalunya waktu kandungan 4 bulan, 5 bulan hinggalah hujung kandungan, perempuan tu tak akan rasa contraction sebab high level of progesterone. So contraction tidak boleh berlaku kerana progesterone will inhibit the contraction of uterine muscle. And then this is the function, the together function between estradiol and the progesterone. Both they will maintain the thickness of endometrium wall and both will inhibit secretion of FSH. This is important because when the FSH is inhibit means the new follicle will not develop. So inhibiting secretion of FSH is to prevent new follicle to growth. And then both of hormone, the estrogen and the progesterone also inhibit secretion of prolactin. Mean it will inhibit production of milk. Okay, so during pregnancy, memang tak akan ada susu lagi pada waktu itu. Okay, so we proceed to the third trimester. What happened in third trimester, which is week 28 to 40? First, the Hcg hormone is very, very low. Okay, and actually it is not necessary during the third trimester. But for estradiol, during the third trimester, especially at the end of pregnancy, okay, especially at the end of pregnancy, the level of estradiol is highest. Okay, lebih tinggi berbanding trimester 1, trimester 2. Waktu di hujung kandungan, the estradiol akan lagi surge, dia akan lagi banyak. Okay, and then the function at this time is to stimulate uterine muscle become sensitive to oxytocin. Stimulate uterine muscle become sensitive to oxytocin. Okay, means dia allow contraction untuk berlaku. Okay, how about progesterone? Okay, at the end of pregnancy, which is at the end of trimester 3, okay, the level of progesterone will decrease. Okay, the level of progesterone will decrease at the end of pregnancy. Okay, this is to allow contraction of uterine muscle and to induce parturition. So, kita tengok tadi, function of progesterone during first and second trimester inhibit contraction of uterine. So, dia yang menyebabkan contraction tak berlaku. Tapi, bila mana dah sampai hujung usia kandungan, the end of third trimester, level dia drop. So, bila level dia drop, dia membenarkan contraction untuk berlaku. Dan ini induce parturition. Maksudnya boleh membenarkan proses kelahiran untuk berlaku. Okay. Next. During parturition, okay, ataupun during birth process, this is 3 important hormone. Estradiol, oxytocin, and prostaglandin. For estradiol, Okay, the level is at highest level. So when the level is at highest level, and this time this estradiol is secreted by the placenta. The function is to trigger formation of oxytocin receptor on uterus. Trigger formation of oxytocin receptor on uterus. Okay, and the progesterone at this time is very, very low. So what happened is the oxytocin will be secreted by the fetus and mother posterior pituitary gland. Okay, the posterior pituitary gland of fetus and mother, they will work together to secrete oxytocin. So this oxytocin hormone will stimulate contraction of uterus. Okay, so once oxytocin is being secreted, wanita yang mengandung itu dia akan rasa contraction. Okay, and then the oxytocin also will stimulate placenta to secrete prostaglandin. So bila mana uterus dah mula contract, dan apa yang berlaku, this contraction akan menyebabkan placenta secrete another hormone called prostaglandin. So the prostaglandin hormone, the function is to stimulate or enhance more contraction of uterus. So maksudnya hormon ini, prostaglandin ini akan menyebabkan contraction itu berlaku lebih kuat dan lebih kerap. So the interaction between oxytocin and prostaglandin, they are positive feedback, di mana contraction stimulate release of more oxytocin and prostaglandin. Maksudnya di sini apabila oxytocin dihasilkan, dia akan menyebabkan uterus contract. Bila uterus contract, dia akan menyebabkan placenta untuk hasilkan prostaglandin. Dan prostaglandin ni akan menyebabkan contraction berlaku dengan lebih kuat, lebih kerap. So bila contraction ini berlaku lebih kuat dan lebih kerap, lebih banyak oksitosin yang akan dihasilkan. So bila lebih banyak oksitosin yang dihasilkan, placenta pula akan menghasilkan lebih banyak prostaglandin. So that's why contraction akan berlaku lebih kerap dan lebih kuat dari masa ke semasa, sehinggalah berlakunya labor process. Maksudnya proses kelahiran itu. So the labor process ada 3 stage. First is dilation of the cervix, means cervix akan terbuka. Okay, kerana bila contraction berlaku, dia akan menyebabkan tulang cervix terbuka. Dan pada waktu ini, usually the amnion ruptured. So remember, kita ada chorion which become the placenta, and then bawahnya kita ada amnion, and then the amnion dia akan ada amniotic fluid, betul? Amniotic fluid itu dipanggil sebagai air ketuban. So di hujung usia kandungan, waktu saat-saat nak kelahiran, labor process, the amniotic fluid akan selalunya release. Maksudnya kalau dalam bahasa orang kita, dia dipanggil sebagai pecah air ketuban. Okay, so selepas ini dilation of cervix akan berlaku expulsion, which is delivery of the infant. So fetus pass through the cervix. Maksudnya bila dah berlaku bukaan cervix, air ketuban pecah, and then baby akan keluar daripada cervix. Okay, kemudian selepas baby dah keluar, the third one is delivery of placenta. Maksudnya placenta pula yang akan expel, akan keluar. So placenta ini bila dia keluar ni, sebenarnya orang kita panggil dia sebagai uri. Placenta ni orang kita panggil dia uri. Okay, so uri ni kalau orang kita sebenarnya dia akan disempurnakan lah, dicuci dan ditanam. Alright, so selepas baby lahir, what happen is lactation. So the role of hormone during lactation, okay, involve all these hormone. First, once dah berlakunya labor process, berlakunya birth process, this estradiol and progesterone level is very low because loss of placenta. Tak ada lagi dah placenta. Placenta dah keluar. Okay, so waktu ini level dia sangat-sangat rendah. Bila levelnya sangat rendah, they may stimulate secretion of oxytocin and prolactin. Ingat tak tadi awal-awalnya sewaktu kandungan kita boleh nampak dekat sini untuk progesterone dan untuk estradiol, the function adalah untuk inhibit prolactin. Dia tak bagi pun untuk menyusu. This one, inhibit secretion of prolactin. Tapi once their level drop, so they may allow secretion of oxytocin and also prolactin. So this oxytocin is secreted by posterior pituitary gland of mother lah, of course. And the function is to stimulate milk secretion. Milk secretion maksudnya adalah milk itu dikeluarkan daripada mammary gland. Okay? And then for prolactin, it is secreted by anterior pituitary gland of mother, and the function is to stimulate milk production. And both of these hormone, the mechanism is in positive feedback mechanism, di mana ada demand, tinggi lagi lah dia punya supply. Maksudnya bila ada a lot of secretion, bila baby itu high demand, so it will induce more milk production. Okay, so lebih banyaklah prolaktin yang akan dihasilkan supaya lebih banyak susu yang terhasil. Okay, so that is the end of explanation for chapter 9. Hopefully you are enjoying, and remember, okay, the process since subtopic 9.1. Alright, so see you in the next video. Bye.